Right now, many families are struggling to make ends meet. With everything from gas prices to utilities and groceries on the rise, people are turning to their credit cards to pay for it all.
Is that the right option, and what potential issues come with that? Well, Judah Zakalik is a partner at Panda law firm and has those answers for you. Good morning, Judah. How you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing well. Yourselves?
We're doing good.
Yes.
You know, obviously, like Jess mentioned, like we brought at the top there, a lot of families are struggling right now. So people using their credit cards and unsecured loans just to pay for utilities. How do families judge whether this is a temporary budget issue or something that they need to reach out to a professional to get advice on?
Right, and it's not even that, it's like even buy now, pay later, right? People are buying coffee with that as well, right?
Wow.
So it's throughout the whole spectrum of economics. But to answer your question, how do you know if there's an issue? Well, if you're only paying minimum payments every month on the credit cards, that's an issue because interest is racking up. If you're doing balance transfers from one credit card to another, just trying to catch up, that could be a red flag. Also, the major red flag is lawsuits, right? If you get hit with a lawsuit, then you definitely need to talk to a professional about what's going on.
Yeah, and talking about the credit cards, you know, there must be people who are getting into that minimum payment cycle. So why is that so dangerous, and how much are people really losing when they're just repaying that interest?
Right. You're barely just staying afloat, right? Your nose is just above water at that point. And when you're only making minimum payments, it's probably gonna be about 25 years for you to pay off that debt, and you're gonna pay at least 3 times the amount back. Right, so you're digging yourself into a hole and it's only getting deeper, and then you're gonna need other credit cards, other loans, debt consolidation loans to get out of that, payday loans to get out of that, and those interest rates are just incredibly scary, and you'll eventually need some kind of help to get out of it.
Right.
If there's someone watching right now, or the people watching at home, and they're paying hundreds towards credit card debts, medical loans, medical debt, student loans, those kind of things, what sort of debt reliefs are available or options are available to them?
Right. So it's really threefold, right? You have a debt consolidation loan, which is where you try to get a loan to pay off all this other debt. Normally, you're still paying all the principal back, you're paying costs, you're paying interest, and it also hits your credit negatively. You have bankruptcy options, Chapter 7, Chapter 13 for consumers, and then you have debt settlement options, which is negotiating the debt outside of bankruptcy, outside of court. And there's a scale of like best to worst kind of thing, but it really is varied depending on your individual situation.
Right.
Yeah. Another big repayment topic, especially recently, has been surrounding student debt.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people believe their loans can never really be dealt with in a bankruptcy. Can you elaborate a little bit more about that entire landscape? Because I feel like there's so much misinformation out there, and people are just trying to figure out the best way that they can handle those as well.
And Jessica, there's misinformation because everything's been changing, right, from one administration to another. But you are correct, for decades it's been an albatross on people, right, how to get out of student loan debt. Recently, within the past 6 months or so, the bankruptcy courts have kind of opened up some options there. So student loan debt is now potentially dischargeable through a bankruptcy if it's a federally backed student loan. For privately backed student loans, not dischargeable through a bankruptcy, but we can still settle them through informal negotiation.
So if someone's going through that right now in a similar situation, should they get their case evaluated?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Not only your present case, but we can actually go back a few years to open up that case that you filed a couple years ago to see if we can discharge that student loan debt. And we can run you through a program really quickly. In about 5 minutes, it'll tell me about a 70% likelihood whether we can discharge it in a bankruptcy.
Yeah, right. Talking about that evaluation process, I mean, some people might be nervous to even pick up the phone and call a law firm, especially when it involves debt, not knowing what those options could be like, you know, freaking out about the money concept as well. So how does that evaluation process work?
Well, I often tell people our initial meeting is the hardest part of the whole process because there's shame, there's ego, there's pride tied to all those things. But you're going to meet with one of our attorneys, right? Normally it's going to be myself or Mr. Peters, founding partners there, and we're going to talk to you about it in a free consultation. We'll talk about all your options. Even if it's something we don't offer, we're going to give you a referral to someone else who's probably a better fit for you. So all you have to do is just pick up the phone, give us a call. It's a free consult, really easy. We can do it over the phone, we can do it in person, whatever the client wants.
Yeah, like you said, the hardest part to do, but the most significant one. Judah, thank you so much for coming in today.
Welcome.
Yes.
And if you have any questions, you want to set up your own free evaluation, or would like to learn more about the practice, just visit pandalawfirm.com.